sounds on. Let's play this. Oh, actually, I will. Let me think. Hello, Paladivus. How you doing? Early as well. I'm very impressed. I shall give you a party popper. Can you hear me okay? I'm playing a different game this time. It'll be interesting. It'll be significantly more challenging to play this game and also do streaming, so we'll see how it goes. What am I doing? Explosives. How has your day been? Has it been enjoyable? Sheep. I am also sheepy, yes. I can definitely resonate with that. If I start crashing, I might end this early. But then again, the last few times I've done this, I've been surprised at how late I go. So, we'll see how it goes. Let's do this, yeah. Let's see now. Happy. Happy. Molotovs. Vice versa, yes. It is. I'll introduce it in a moment, but it's kind of like a zombie top-down shooter with survival elements and slight roguelike kind of feel to it. It's interesting. I've enjoyed it. Except, I'll mention this later, but the irony is that I've, in the past week, sort of finished the game inadvertently. So my motivation to play has kind of plummeted slightly. But hey, for you guys, I'll keep playing because I wanted to share this anyway. Where do I want to go? Oh, let's go here. Woo. I'll show you a little bit of the combat system. So this is a game called what's it called again? I always forget what it's called. The Last Stand. The Last Stand Aftermath, and it was free on Epic Games a few weeks ago. So that's why I got it. Where's the beeping? Where's the beeping? Actually, let's go this way. Zombies! Getting a lot of that kind of ammo. Oh, zombies! Oof. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I got myself. Pew pew! Okay, let's go that way. There's a beeping thing somewhere. Where's the beeping thing? Actually, let's do this. in there. Oh no! Oh, he did. Alright, nice. How long is one playthrough? So the way it works is that it actually has a map. So this is your starting location here, and you kind of work your way to each level. And there's like several stages as well. Every time you cross one of these boundaries, the biome changes and gets more difficult. Each stage itself probably takes about 10 or 15 minutes to play, so it's actually not that long. And that's one of the I think the reasons why this game is quite addictive, because you play it for a little while and you manage to clear the stage, and you're like, oh, you know what? It's late, but I could probably play one more, and it kind of sucks you in that way. But it's enjoyable. I do enjoy it. It was nice. And hey, I got it for the low, low price of free, so can't really complain too much. Ooh, here we go. So this is one of those things where you kick it to start the generator, but then once it starts, it's gonna summon the horde of zombies. Let me switch my melee weapon. Yeah, I'll use let's use a crowbar. Give me something good. Loot box. Ooh. Hey Nat, how you doing? Oh, I guess I'll take that. Do I really want stuff? No, not really. Ah, I smacked you with my crowbar. Zombies! Ah, zombies! Ooh, loot. Oh, empty loot. Okay. I'm just gonna play a little bit. We'll wait for a few minutes to see whether anyone else joins. And then we'll get started. While I go and fend off the zombie horde. Okay, let's see if I can loot these zombies. Give me... Ooh, battery. Nice. I could keep searching, but probably don't need to. Let's not. Let's just get out of here. Woo! Run! I need to go here. Yeah, go here. What game is this? This is a game, I'm going to be saying this over and over again. This is a game called The Last Stand Aftermath. It was a game that was free on Epic Games probably a few weeks ago, so I've been playing it ever since then. It's kind of like a top-down zombie shooter, rogue-like-ish game with, you know, some crafting elements, some survival elements. Alright, let's go in. Whack these guys. Ah. Alright, let's go and start this generator. Come back here. We'll just wait for a few more minutes and see if anyone wants to join us. What, weak zombies? No, they're not weak. I'm just really strong. Ah. No, kick this generator. There we go. Ha! Come back here. Come on. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Oh, actually, no, I'll take this. Yes, this is useful. Oh. Ironically, you say what weak zombies. The past few times I've died, it's mostly because I've blown myself up rather than death by zombies. Come on. Die. Oh, I do have a lot of batteries. Maybe I should try. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Ooh, machine gun. Let's try using the machine gun. I've not used this machine gun before. let's try it. Oh, no, I stuffed it up. Let's try using the machine gun. Ah! Die, zombies, die! Oh, this is eating up so much ammo. Ugh. Nah, it takes up too much ammo. The objective of this game, yes, is to survive, but it's mostly to try to make it all the way to the end. So I'm kind of here at the moment. This is the starting spot. I'm over here, and I have to make my way all the way up to there. So you have like stages. So I'm in this stage at the moment. Every time you cross one of these thresholds, it gets more difficult. So like the biome changes and the type of monsters you find changes and it gets harder. So I'm kind of, and every time you die, you go back to the starting again. So it's got roguelike elements because yeah, you actually get better as you go along. Like the first time I played, I died really quickly. But the reason why I've not played this before is because it requires quite a bit of focus to play this game, and I wasn't sure that I could play and talk at the same time. So we're gonna see. I might, this adds a little a level of challenge over and above streaming and playing at the same time. Oh, actually, no, I've got an attachment. Let me chuck it on here. Yes. Ooh, red dot. Yeah, I want that. This one, yeah. I foresee along. I'm not gonna play like make it to the end by this session. I will do whatever I do, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, as much as I love this machine gun, it is too heavy. 17. I'm gonna drop that first. Alright, we'll give a few more minutes for people to join. And then we shall get started. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you for participating and joining. Let me go and do some looting. I'll do some looting while I'm waiting for other people. I need to eat some dog food. Stab myself. Oh, look at all the zombies. How nice. I could ignore them. I could just run. Oh, they're coming for me now. Oh boy. Ah, smack you with my crowbar. Crowbar of doom. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. That's it, right? Okay, fine. I'm getting out of here. We'll kick off at about 9:10, so we'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started, eh? Oh, I missed your other chat, Nat. No, I do not get a pet dog in this game. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not sure. Flare gun. Oh, actually, no, I can use this. Let's go and shoot some people. Oh, no, my weapon broke. Let's finish up with a sledgehammer. Cool. Oh. Got a lot of ammo in that gun. No. Ow. this is worth it. My cat is outside wanting to come in. But I'm not gonna let him. You can come in yourself, Toby. Come on, punks. Come on, come on. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, anything good here? Oh no. Oh no, what I did. Oh, never mind. Alright, 9:10. We are gonna get started. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. Especially for those who were here last week. Last week we actually covered quite a few topics. You know, we talked about life purpose. We talked about brain gym, educational kinesthetics. We talked about goal setting and motivation. So we talked about a whole lot of stuff. To begin with, I thought I'd open up the floor. Does anyone have any questions from last week that you wanted me to discuss or talk about? And if you do, add it to the chat. I will continue trying to make my way around here and figure out what I'm doing while you guys fill that out. Ooh, should I do this? Oh, I've only got 3. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Ow, ow. Ooh. Any questions from last week? I'll open up the floor first. Of course, you're welcome to ask any questions as we go through today's playthrough. But I thought we'd start by opening up the floor. Where to go? Log cabin or gas station? I need fuel, so let's go to the gas station. No questions on that side. You're a star student, Nat. Good job. Either that or you can't remember what we did last week. Well, if there aren't any questions, there was one big piece of homework that I got you guys to do, which is to set yourself a goal and then try to accomplish it within the last week. So, the question is, did you manage to accomplish your goal? If you did accomplish your goal, give me a thumbs up. But if you didn't, this is accountability here. You can put a thumbs down and own it. Alright, so I want to see some thumbs. Did you get a thumbs up because you managed to achieve your goal? Or did you get a thumb down because you didn't manage, or you forgot to do it altogether? I want to see some thumbs in the chat. I, for one, did manage to accomplish my goal. Why not both star and I forgot? Oh, thumbs up. Halfway. Okay, I'm gonna do a thumbs up. I did manage to go. I managed to do it. Where's my thumbs up? Thumbs up. Ah! Ooh. Wait, why are you FF7 theories? That's a good one. Lol. Oh, now that I've done this chat thing, how do I undo it? Oh, now I've stuffed it up. What do I do? Okay, let's do it like this. Oh well. Okay, so for those who don't remember my goal was relatively simple. For those who, you know, are quite energetic, my goal was simply to do short exercises at least 4 times over the past week. Which for most people you think, oh, that's going to be quite easy. But the truth is, if I didn't have that goal set, I probably would not have been able to achieve that goal. There were some circumstances over the past week I was actually a little bit unwell, and I actually really didn't feel like exercising for most of the week. In fact, I only managed to achieve my goal today. So today was actually my last day of achieving the goal. And I think that's actually really interesting because if I didn't have that accountability, if I didn't put on the chat that I was gonna try to accomplish this goal and and I didn't know that you guys were going to hold me to account, it would be a lot harder to try to achieve that goal and try to stick with it. Oh, I'm out of ammo. That's not so good. So that's a really important point to remember. Oh, zombies! Ah. Having accountability is really powerful and useful for helping to maintain your goals. It helps you to, it applies additional pressure on yourself. So when we're talking about goal setting, last week we talked about goals and how it's important to have goals in order to achieve it. It's important to have goals that are smart, if you remember that from last week. But at the same time, ooh, what is this thing? Suppressor. At the same time, it's also really important to make sure you have the right difficulty of goal. So it's not something that is too hard so that it's impossible for you to attain, but also not something that's not too easy so that it's almost meaningless to achieve it. Um, we talked last week about motivation, and for those who weren't here last week, we pulled out this little slide over here. So we were talking about motivation in games. What are the game mechanics that game designers apply in order to keep us playing the game? What motivates us to continue playing the game? Sometimes there are certain things about the game style, the game mechanics, the game graphics that may draw us to play the game. But what keeps us playing the game? Because if a game doesn't have certain things, we quickly get bored of it, we quickly get discouraged by it, and we are no longer interested in it. So that's kind of what we're going to be continue talking about as we play this game. So this game is a game called The Last Stand, The Last Stand Aftermath. Right? And it was a game that was actually free on Epic Games a few weeks ago, which is the only reason why I got it. It was for the low price of free. If it weren't for that, I honestly probably wouldn't have got it. But I actually really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a, how do I describe it? It's a top-down zombie survival shooter with roguelike elements. Okay, so the background is that you're in a world which is overrun by zombies. You're actually already infected, all right, and you are pretty much going to die. But you don't die straight away. The infection takes a little while to kick in. And so if you see, let me kill this zombie first. If you see this little yellow thing down here, you actually get given antiviral serums, and those antiviral serums prevent the infection from spreading. So there's a bit of a time limit aspect to this. Once this serum expires, you'll see this yellow thing turn purple, and that means that it's slowly killing you. So there's a time limit element to this as well. Um, and so what we'll do is we'll run through this game and we'll talk a little bit about motivation. Um, what kind of goals do we set in order to stay motivated in this game and also stay motivated in our life? So Ink's got a question: how do I find my purpose? If I find my purpose, how do I keep focused and not be distracted by the business of, and then she stops. And that says it's a $25 game. Is it worth $25? I'm a cheapo. I'll get it on. I'll get it on sale. Um, but purpose. Well, we did an exercise yesterday that helped you find your purpose. One way of finding your purpose. One of the ways of doing it is to visualize what you want the end of your life to look like. You begin with the end in mind, so to speak. So what we did last week is we said, hey, you know what? What is it? What do you want to be remembered for after you're gone, after you're dead? And that helps you to identify the things that are really important to you, your values. Um, Everyone is slightly different, and I do believe that everyone is made with this sense of hey, there's something bigger. There's more to this life than just what I've got right now. And it's actually really helpful to find that big picture goal, that big picture purpose. I can't tell you what is your purpose and what's not your purpose, but something like that visualization exercise where you imagine your own funeral and what you want other people to remember you for, or how you want to be remembered by other people, is a useful exercise for doing that. You could also then take a look at, okay, all right, what does that look like in reality? So just because I have a big picture of this is how I want to be remembered, how am I actually going to enact that? How am I going to materialize that? So to give you an example, um, for me, my mission statement is to bring joy and light into people's lives. Um, I want to equip people, and let me get in this car and drive first. I want to equip people to experience the most out of this life, and I want to equip them with things like what I'm talking about today, soft skills, with interpersonal skills, with emotional intelligence skills that will assist them in that. And that's the way in which it materializes for me. And I guess when I did this visualization exercise, I was like, I want to be remembered as someone who cared about other people. I want to be remembered as someone who invested in other people and made a positive difference in other people's life. And then that's how I came to a mission statement, which is a short statement that encapsulates what I want to become, that my big picture purpose. And then the question after that is, okay, how do I live that out? What are the steps I take right now in order to achieve that long term? Um, what if that visualization exercise reveals multiple purpose and then you don't know which one to pick? Um, I would say that write all of them down. Um, Journaling is a really helpful way of processing, well, these kind of big picture topics, but also processing just how you're progressing in your journey. Um, just because you have multiple big picture visions doesn't mean you couldn't pursue all of them. But I would recommend, hey, aim for one key one first and head in that direction, and inspect your own heart. Think about how. Think about whether this really aligns with who you are and what you want to do. Um, I'll give you a little bit of insight. I'm actually starting to make steps into doing what my big picture vision is to bring joy and light into people's life. So I run courses. I'm doing this streaming. This vision is only the only reason why I'm actually doing this streaming in the first place. Trying to play computer games and provide life coaching advice at the same time. So as you have an idea of where you want to head, experiment, try stuff out, go in a certain direction, give yourself a time frame, 3 months, 6 months, a year, to say, okay, right, let me pursue this. And every so often check in with yourself and go, is this aligned with who I am? Is this aligned with who I want to be? Does this feel fulfilling to me? Is this a life that I would be proud of if I look back on this 30, 40, 60 years from now? So that's a way of thinking through things. By the way, Ing did the right thing. If you have any questions for me, because I'm trying to multitask in a zombie apocalypse game and also keeping an eye on the chat window, if you have a question for me, put three big emojis at the front of your question. That way I can identify, okay, that's a question for me, and then I'll give attention to that. Thank you. That would be a great help. All right. I wanted to quickly describe this game and then talk a little bit about what we've been discussing so far in terms of motivation. And we talked about goal setting, right? One of the things we talked about was the fact that it was helpful to have a big picture goal, right? Something that's really out there, that is far beyond yourself, but aligns with your life purpose. Gives you a sense of direction. But then you want to break that down into smaller goals, smaller milestones that are achievable, that are stretch goals, but are things you could conceivably do. And that's kind of what this game does. So you start at the end. Okay, it's a base called the end, right? But that's where you start, right? And you move through this map, and this map is kind of randomly generated every time you die. Every time you die, you go back to the end, which is your beginning. That's confusing, but okay. And you make your way up this way again, and your end goal is all the way up here, right? This laboratory. However, what they do is they split your path into individual levels. Let's call them levels. So currently I'm over here, right? And I can go as far as my fuel will take me. So currently I've got 3 fuel, and I could make it to the safe house, but I probably maybe I'll make it to the rural neighborhood first. And each of these levels, it takes probably about anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to accomplish. So I think that's one of the ways in which this game makes it motivating for you to keep playing. Because you play for maybe 15 minutes and you're like, you know what? I can play another level, it won't take too long, and it keeps you heading towards this big picture goal. If my objective was to get to this big picture goal straight away, it would take all night. And it would be very demotivating because I honestly don't think I can make it there. If you notice up here, it says hell. Every time we cross one of these dotted lines, these thresholds, the difficulty increases. The biome actually changes slightly, and you encounter different monsters. So it gets significantly more difficult. That's another way that this game actually keeps you engaged. Um, right at the start, when I first started playing this game, it was really tough. I had no idea what I was doing. I pretty much lasted maybe 2 or 3 levels and I would die. And then as I kind of got the hang of the game mechanics and some of the weapons you could find, and also when I actually started leveling up inside the game, and also my skill improved, I managed to get further and further in the game. So there's that roguelike kind of elements to it, but there are also different ways in which you can improve yourself. You can actually get bonuses. Oh, crumb! Bonuses that will help you to do better. Alright, there's this guy here, which is a big, fat, chunky guy. But I've got a good gun right now, so I should be able to mow him down. But if he manages to get close to me, I'm in. Whoa, 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 there's another guy. Whoa. Ah, okay, now there's another guy. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Whoa! Ouch. That hurt. Ouch. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, and now I'm out of ammo. Okay. Let me see if I can't. Whoa! Ouch! I might die now. I'm dead. There you go. I blame you guys. Usually I can get a lot further than this. Now I've died. How do I feel? I feel disappointed. But hey, this is part of the challenge, right? The reason why I didn't start streaming with this game is because I knew that it's actually really difficult to stream and play this game at the same time. I don't know if my multitasking brain can handle it. Okay, but this is a good opportunity, looking at the positive side of things here, to show you the end, which is the beginning. I really don't want a shotgun. So at the start, you get to choose 3 different people, guinea pigs, victims, and they all have a different loadout. So this guy, for instance, starts with a shotgun, a crowbar, or not crowbar, a pipe, and some water. I think I'll go with the dentist. Yeah, let's go with the dentist. Alright, so this is the beginning level. In this place you can, for instance, you can upgrade. A moment ago I was talking about upgrades. You can get blue stuff called knowledge as you try hunting around the place. And you can use that knowledge to upgrade yourself. So for instance, I've got 137 knowledge at the moment. I've upgraded most of the stuff. I've been playing this for a while now. Let's see, what can I still upgrade? Knockdown chance. I don't, arm damage. I don't know. Most of this I don't really need. Ignition speed would be nice. Refuel speed, repair speed. Let's save up for now. Alright, so I can upgrade myself and there's a sense of progression, personal progression. Also, I can also purchase supplies at the supply depot based on some supply and reputation that I built up. So for instance, I can either unlock other people, other starting characters that I can begin with. I can also unlock like things that persist. So the yellow things are things that you will always get at the beginning of every round. And then the red things are the increased likelihood of dropping certain types of things. 0.74 ammo. Okay. Oh, actually, I'll get this ammo because this ammo's pretty good. Nat says, is there a penalty for dying? Not really, except for my pride getting hurt because I haven't actually died at such an early stage for a long time. It's a bit sad, actually, really honestly. So I'm gonna load myself up. I'm a bit disappointed now. Because that was actually not a bad starting for that game. Okay, I'm gonna load all the stuff with the stars are things that I will that will get refreshed every time. Yeah, so the map progress will get resetted in that sense, and I'll have to start from the beginning again. So for instance, this is where I am. I need to go all the way from the beginning again. Again! Ah, okay, never mind. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. I'll swap this with this. I'll swap this with this. Alright, so this is a good chance to talk about some of the mechanics of the game. Yes, that's right. Dying is well, I don't know about nice. Um, but it does give you that element of trying this all over again. And in roguelikes, it is important to have that feeling of, okay, I got pushed back. The disappointments of being pushed back um, then counteracts how difficult it is. So I talked a little bit about motivation, right? The irony is that in the past week, I've actually managed to make it to the end of the game. And the way in which this game kind of adds a bit of replay value is that you actually have to complete the game or get to the end of the game probably about 5 times. I think so. That's what these tiers are for. And each time you have to increase the difficulty. So, for instance, right now it's more difficult to break free from infected, and therefore it adds some increased threat to the game. And I pretty much have to do this about 5 times uh, in order to really get to the proper end of the game. Uh, but the truth is that now that I've reached the end, it's kind of demotivating to play. Probably the only reason I'm playing is that there's still a level of interest, and also I wanted to stream this game, so that's my main motivation right now for playing. Um, and I could probably take this as a learning opportunity because this big picture goal of making it all the way to the end. Oh, I can't see the end now. Okay, interesting. That big picture goal perhaps was not big picture enough. I was almost disappointed when I made it to the end, and I'm like, what? Is that all? So even in life, when you're trying to think of a stretch goal, make it really out there. Make it really, really ambitious. And then you want to have smaller milestones that kind of slowly get you there. The other thing about motivation, last week we talked about motivation and we said that it was very fundamentally emotional in nature. Motivation is all about feeling like you want to do something. And when you talk about motivation, at its most fundamental, it's about pain and it's about pleasure. Right? Motivation is about moving away from pain and pursuing pleasure. Even in this game, alright? The pain is the zombies that are trying to kill me. I don't want to be hurt by zombies. So that either moves me away or motivates me to kill them quickly. So I'm stabbing them with a kitchen knife right now. Now, what else is painful or pleasurable in this game? In this game, there is a lot of looting. Right? There's a lot of searching around, and actually, it's actually quite good that we started again because at the start of the game, I don't have very much weapons, I don't have very much ammo, and I can't survive very well. So what I gotta do is I've got to rummage through all of these houses, I've got to search for stuff, and every now and then, now most of the time I'll get garbage, but every now and then I might get something that's really useful, that's really interesting. So in this case I got some ammo. Actually it's ammo for the gun that I have, which is fantastic. Let me go and find somewhere else to loot. So even when we're talking about goals, the motivation to accomplish those goals comes from pain and pleasure. We've already talked a little bit about accountability, for instance. Accountability is a form of pain and pleasure. If you knew that you had to give an account on whether you achieve your goal or not, right, there is a pleasure in being able to, I don't know if the word is brag, but be able to tell your peers who are keeping you account that yes, I've managed to achieve my goal. And if your accountability group is a good accountability group, then they would kind of cheer you on and say, "Good on you, good work," and that relational pleasure is something that can motivate you. And conversely, if you didn't manage to achieve that goal, a good accountability group will kind of slap you in the head and say, "Hey, come on, man. That was an entire achievable goal. Why couldn't you do that? Maybe we'll try again." They can either be helpful or they can be harmful. But that negative reinforcement, so to speak. Oh, infected antibodies. I didn't realize I had that. That negative reinforcement, that pain, is equally a motivation to accomplish your goal. I mentioned that I don't do exercise very much, and my goal was to exercise. I haven't been, oh, I don't really go to the gym very much at all. Okay, it's not my thing. But a few years ago, I did go to the gym for a period of several months. And the only reason I went to the gym is because I had people to go with. So I had a group of guys who would message me and say, "Hey, are you going? Are you showing up?" And if I didn't show up, what does this say? Okay, I don't actually know what that does. If I didn't show up, there would be that emotional, relational sort of pain of having to confess that, oh, I'm lazy, or I couldn't make it, or whatever other excuse I could come up with. But the truth is, I kept going to that gym for several months because the people were there. Because if I went to the gym, I knew that others were there with me and they could cheer me on. Different people experience pain and pleasure for different things in different ways. So for me, the relational pain and pleasure, that relational motivator, is actually quite an effective motivator. I I don't like dislike. I don't like letting people down. I like it when people like me. So having that relationship is really helpful. Let me go to the store. Yeah. But for different people, you might have other motivating factors. So, for instance, you might be more motivated by money or by things, or by stuff. So, one way of inducing pain or pleasure in order to achieve your goals is to use these motivating factors. So, you could say, you know what, my objective is to go to the gym. Let go of me. Yeah. And what I would do is that I will induce pain or pleasure. In my case, I got accountability. I got people to say, "Hey, I'm going to be there with you. You better be there." But for you, if your motivating factor is money, you could go as far as to say, "You know what? I'm going to give $100 to someone. And if I don't go to the gym, they get to keep that $100. And if I do go to the gym after a certain period of time, I get that $100 back. Maybe with interest, I don't know." Be creative. Because for some people, the fear of losing that $100 is enough to motivate them to go to the gym. So use pain and use pleasure to your own advantage in order to achieve your goals. This is a storehouse, by the way. So I want you to think of yourself. What motivates you? What is pain or what is pleasure that you can induce in your own life in order to help you achieve your goals? So think of a goal that you want to achieve. Last week we thought of one round. This week I want you to think of a goal again. It can be the same goal if you want to. But now I want you to think, what is a consequence that you can apply, both positive and negative, that you can use to motivate you to achieve your goal? And when you think of it, I want you to write it in the chat while I go and decide what I want to buy from this guy. Ooh, ammo. Ammo is useful. Ironically, the most valuable resource in this game are batteries. Batteries are actually really helpful. So I want you to think for yourself, what is painful, what is pleasurable, and how can you use that in your goal setting to motivate you to achieve your goal? And I want you to put it on the chat if you can. I will continue playing while I wait for y'all to do that. I don't want that. Okay, let's get. Ooh, fuel. So what else could be motivating? It could be food. Some people are very motivated by food. I know my daughter is very, very motivated by food, generally speaking. But you could say, you know what? Until I achieve my goal, I'm not gonna snack on this thing that I like, and only once I've achieved my goal, then I'm allowed to eat this thing. That's that's an example of inducing pain or pleasure in order to achieve your goal. So I want you to think for yourself, what is motivating for you? Whether it's painful or whether it's pleasurable, how can you use that? What are the things that you can use in order to help you achieve your goal? And I want you to think about it, and I want you to put it on the chat. Ooh, 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 I want to blow this thing up. Boom! Oh, no. Ah! I killed a whole one zombie with that explosion. That's a bit disappointing, but that's okay. Stab. So Nat has said, if I succeed in my goal, I get to eat a snack and play one match of a game. Okay, alright. If that's sufficiently painful or pleasurable for you, you can go with that. However, that sounds like a positive reinforcement. What's something on the negative side? You know, what if you don't achieve your goal? What's gonna happen then? Ooh, smack you in the head. Ooh. Ooh. All these little guys. Ooh, I hear something. Where is that? Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Ah, this thing. Ooh, a Death Adder. Yeah, sure, I'll grab that just to sell it. So far Nat has replied. Thank you, Nat, for your reply. Everyone else in the chat, I want you to think for yourself as well. What's something that you can use to motivate yourself? Whether it's painful or pleasurable, what can you use to motivate you to get to your goals? Scopes. Where am I going? Okay. I need to get out of here. You just feel sad, as in if you don't achieve your goal. Is that painful? Is the sadness that you feel painful enough to motivate you to achieve your goal? It needs to be pretty painful in order for it to be effective. So FF Theory says that he's played a bunch of really grindy stuff with my goal is to finish it, and the motivation is the thought that I wouldn't need to play it anymore after. Well, then the question is, why are you playing in the first place? I love how this stream is directed at gamers, and so a lot of our references are all the pleasure and pain is about computer games. And hey, that's a perfectly valid strategy. So long that pleasure or pain is sufficiently strong enough to motivate you to get stuff done. That's the important thing. Ooh, no badminton for Nat if he doesn't achieve his goals. Okay, that's a pretty good painful thing. Oof. Ouch. Oof. Deviral. I don't know, don't ask difficult questions. Hey, this is a life coaching session. It's all about asking difficult questions. Oh. Alright, let's keep playing this game. So, I think one of the things that has really drawn me to this game is this idea of being able to explore and to find stuff. I'm very much an explorer, and I do like the exploration genre of games. And I think because it's all about looting, looting for stuff, it does tickle that achievement sense of the brain of saying, "Yeah, I managed to find something." Now, most of the time, like I said, the stuff that you find is all garbage anyway. It's nothing of interest. But every now and then, you do find something that really does make a difference. So in this case, I found an antiviral. You'll notice that I needed a um, a battery in order to open up the antiviral, and that's actually the reason why just now I was saying that one of the most useful resources are actually batteries, because they actually allow you to get a lot of stuff. Oh, I've just broken my weapon. However, you also have quite a limited backpack space, weight that you can kind of carry around. So as much as you want to grab stuff, you also need to balance it with, you know, how much weight you can carry around. And life is a bit like that as well, right? Sometimes you want to do things, you want to grab stuff, you want to accomplish things, but you've got to balance it out with the practicalities of what you can bear. Sometimes, and this is actually why it's helpful to have a big picture vision, because otherwise we are very tempted to say yes to a whole bunch of stuff which may or may not align with our big picture vision. There are some people who are just lazy and don't like to do anything, and for them I would have a different set of recommendations. But for a lot of people, you know, they like to be very involved, they like to achieve things, they like to get stuff done. But at the same time, you might say yes to too many things and end up burning out. Having a big picture vision, an end goal that you want to achieve, helps you filter out the things that are important or the things that are not important. If you've got capacity, so right now I'm at 60 weight out of 120. If you've got capacity in your life to do stuff, then by all means explore, try out different things. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Explore who you are, explore your talents and your strengths and the way that you've been created, because it might surprise you how much you can do. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you don't overdo it, that you don't end up encumbered, so to speak. And when you have a big picture vision, you can actually use that as a metric to measure out the things that are on your plate. Is what I'm wanting to do, does that line up with my big picture vision? In my life, I've come across ouch! I've come across plenty of opportunities that have been presented to me, but I have to ask myself, hey, does this align with who I am, what my strengths are, and what I want to do with my life, with my big picture vision? Yes, it's a great opportunity. Maybe it's an opportunity to get a good reputation, or take on a new role, of earning money. But is it really who I want to be for myself? It's fine to explore, and if you as you explore things, you might discover all sorts of stuff that you can use in your life. But don't become encumbered by things that don't align with who you want to be and what you want your mission and vision to be. Let me kill off this horde. But yes, I am certainly a hoarder when it comes to games. I am an explorer. I am the kind of person that if there's a shiny question mark somewhere on the floor, I need to try to get to it and try to find out what it is. It's the way I like to play games, but the downside is that sometimes you get to the mid game and you're like really, really overpowered. So I remember playing. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this knife because it's almost about to die. I remember playing games like The Witcher in the past, and I would get to about mid. I think about 2/3 of the base game. I got to about 2/3 of the base game, and I got actually very bored of the game because I got too overpowered. Like I went out of my way. It's like, the main quest line tells you to go that way, but there's all these little question marks all around you, and not just all around you, all over the map. So I'm like, you know what? Before I continue on my main quest line, I'm gonna go and check out all these other little things first, which I did, and as a result, I got way, way too overpowered, and it actually got demotivating to play the game. Again, that goes back to that challenge aspect of the games, and challenge aspect of our life. If things are too easy, it actually gets to a point where it's demotivating to continue. So you want to find things which are the right level of difficult. Oh no, no, what am I doing? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to shoot them. No, flame bomb them. Oh. Stabby, 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 stabby. Oh. Whoa! Okay, let me take out this zombie horde first. Oof. Actually, that actually brings me to another interesting point. So like I said, the way I like playing games, especially exploration type games, is I like to turn over every single nook and cranny. I like to search every dead body, as you know that I'm doing right now. I like to make sure I haven't missed anything, because hey, you never know. Maybe underneath that rock or something, there might be something really special. There might be a magical, mystical hammer of smiting that I would not have been able to find if I had not searched every single nook and cranny. Ooh, battery, that was a good one. Like there, you see, if I didn't come all the way to this corner and open this blue box, I wouldn't have found that battery. However, this game actually makes me challenge my mindsets slightly, especially as it relates to exploration games. So does everyone know what a mindset is? A mindset is the way in which your mind is set. It's the way in which your default way of thinking, your modus operandi. It is the way that you're used to doing things, and it might be from the way that you're trained. Come on, shoot this person. It might be your upbringing. It might be just the way you are, your personality, your behaviors. It is your default mode of operation. And that's fine most of the time, but the problem is that most of the time you don't even realize you're operating under that mindset, where you could have actually been doing things slightly differently. So for instance, my mindset generally is that I want to take my time. I want to search every nook and cranny. I don't know if you can hear this, but I can hear a beeping in my ear. And that actually means that there's like a little drop-off location somewhere here, which usually has pretty good loot. But I can't tell. Oh, there it is, right there, okay? Usually I'll be running up and down trying to find this one thing. Did I get anything good? Not bad. It's not too bad, right? However, this game is designed slightly differently. You see this little purple thing down here? That's actually my infection meter. And you can tell that this purple bar is actually increasing to the left. Okay? That's my infection count. The longer I stay infected, the more this grows, and it actually reduces my max health. So there's actually a time limit to things. I'm not actually just trying to clear out an area. I'm actually racing against the clock as well. So I need to change my mindset slightly, and I need to start thinking, okay, alright, this is not just me about loot. This is not just about me looting and trying to find good stuff, and even though there's an element of that, and even though I'm doing that right now anyway, there's also an element where I need to be quick about things. I need to be fast, and I need to make judgment calls as to whether it's worth staying here and continuing looting. Do I need more stuff? Would it be helpful for me? Or should I just quickly, get fuel and get out of here and move as quickly as I can? In life, everyone has mindsets. You might have mindsets about your career and your work. May have mindsets about relationships and what that entails. You might have mindsets about um, your relationships with your parents or your relationship with gaming or all aspects of your life. You're actually working on a default behavior. And that's not wrong in and of itself. However, if you don't realize that you're operating those mindsets, you miss out on the opportunity of trying something different, trying a new way, and potentially a more effective, better way. If I was purely working off the mindset that this is an exploration game and I want to turn over every single rock, I probably wouldn't be able to make it all the way to the end because I would be spending too much time. I would slowly be losing my max life, and before I know it, I'll probably get hit by, I'll probably get killed by just one zombie slap, which is what happened the first few times I started playing this game. But as I played this game, I've had to readjust my way of thinking. And that helps me get further. So I want you to think of one area in your life. Okay, maybe it's your relationships with friends, family, or significant others. Maybe it's your workplace. Maybe it's the way that you see yourself. I want you to think for a moment, what are some of the mindsets that I have about myself? Sometimes I like to say that mindsets are a little bit like glasses. You know, for those of you who wear glasses, I actually don't wear glasses, but I think the analogy is understandable. When you've worn glasses for a long time, and most of us have these mindsets for a very long time, probably our whole lives, you don't even realize that you have them. It's only when something happens that forces you to take off your glasses and inspect them yourselves that you realize, hey, you've been seeing the world through a certain lens. So I want you for a moment to take off your glasses. I want you to actually be self-aware about the mindsets that you have. And I want you to pick an area in your life. And if you can think, hey, I actually have a way of thinking about this certain area of my life, I want you to write it on the chat while I continue driving along. So for instance, I could have a mindset about my work. I actually studied for 5 years as an engineer. I did electronic engineering and computer sciences. And a potential mindset I could have is, hey, I spent all this time, energy, and money getting this degree. I really need to find work in this area. That could be a mindset, and perhaps that's a mindset that you have. You know, I've spent this time, energy, money to get this piece of paper. Therefore, I'm locked into this career. That's a mindset. Could it be different? Could it be better? Do you have to be locked into this career, especially if you find out partway through that it's not really something that you're passionate about or interested about? Can it be different? Can it be better? For myself, I studied science and engineering. You know how much I use of that degree? Even in my current workplace, even though my workplace is a software engineering company, pretty much zero. Alright? I'm now the sales and account manager. I deal with people far more than I deal with things or computers, and I definitely don't do any electronic work anymore. Whoa! So that's a mindset that I've had to change over the years. And I found that being open-minded about those things enables you to discover new opportunities, to learn something new, and to do things which, if I held on to that mindset rigidly, I would not be able to achieve. And I can't even shoot straight. Come on. Ah, come on. Shoot this guy. So I want you to think for yourself, what are some mindsets that you might have in your own life, in specific areas of your life, and are those effective? Are those helpful for your current situation? And I want you to write them down in the chat. And I apologize, yes, I'm making you think, but that's the whole point of the stream, right? It's not a passive thing, I'm sorry. I'm challenging you. Even as much as I'm being challenged myself, trying to kill zombies while talk serious stuff. Okay, I need to get myself more of this serum. You notice I jabbed myself with a little injection, and now the thing here is yellow, so it's actually frozen my infection rate. However, my infection rate never goes down; it only goes up. So I need to keep finding this antiviral serum in order to stay healthy. Or I just power through this as quickly as possible. Oh, there we go. Hey, I managed to find some. Now here's the question again: do I hang around and try to kill these guys, or do I just make a break for it? I think the smart thing would be hang around. Do I have enough fuel? I don't know. We'll see. How are we doing? We're at 10 o'clock. Alright. Oh, that's a lot of people out there. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna try to make a run for it. Let's see what I can do that. Stabby, stabby, people. Stabby, stab. Ouch. Do I have yeah, let's go heal. I'm gonna heal up. I'm gonna store my energy. And I'm gonna make a break for it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go. Get out of here. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ugh. Okay, let's get out of here. Alright, mindset about friends. What is your mindset about friends then? Ooh, let's head to the trailer park. Okay, there's lots of stuff over there. And if you're listening, I want you to answer. I don't want you to be passive about this. See, you notice in that previous match, I didn't actually go off and kill everyone. And I didn't actually cover the entire map. When I first started this game, I would actually cover the entire map and make sure I didn't lose anything or I didn't miss out on anything. I have now learned that that is not the point of the game. That is not the big picture objective. Big picture objective is to try to get as far as I can, as quickly as I can. And the reason why I'm using melee most of the time is so that I can save on my ammo. I only use my ammo when I need it, because ammo is important. Alright, that's a good one, Nat. So friends are seasonal. Sometimes we like to have this notion that we'll have the same friends forever, and some of them do. But most of the times, friends will come and go. Not to say they stop being our friend. Let's hope not. But a lot of the time, okay, I'm gonna shoot these guys down. A lot of the time, you just drift apart, and that's okay. That's normal. I think especially when life gets busy, and especially once you have a family, life does get very busy then, and it becomes a lot more challenging to spend time with the friends that you used to spend time with. But that's the nature of things. But thanks for sharing that. That is insightful and encouraging. Oh, I have ammo. Anyone else? Any mindsets that you have about work, about relationships, about yourself? Sometimes we tell ourselves that we can or can't do certain things. But are those mindsets justified? Ooh, let's take these guys out. Oh, this guy is a boomer. Oh, he explodes. And he drops a whole lot of nasty stuff. Now to search through this building or not to. Yeah, since I'm here, why not? Stabby, stabby, stabby. Alright, let's get rid of that. Tends to be in the head rather than the heart. I left to translate it more to the latter, but have difficulties. Thanks for sharing that, Platypus. I do believe that usually people tend to be more head people or more heart people. So it's actually good that you are aware that you are more of a head person than a heart person. Again, nothing right or wrong about it, but it is beneficial to be more balanced. Because as human beings, we are both logic and emotion. And so it's important to actually discover the full breadth of the human experience. So in your case, you might want to actually take more time to allow yourself to feel certain things. And this is why having an effective and proficient emotional vocabulary is helpful. I think we talked about that in the first session. You know, try to put words to how you feel. Or perhaps if you're not even sure how you feel, try to put words to how you should feel. And ask yourself, do I actually feel that way? That's a way of expanding your emotional. Oh no! I've got infected. I need to stab myself. Oh. Okay, now this is an interesting game mechanic here. So you know how I was telling you that over time you get more and more infected, and especially when you walk into that purple mist just now after that guy exploded, you actually get very infected very quickly. However, at certain boundary marks, you actually get to choose a mutation that benefits you most of the time. Right? So for instance, this one gives me 100% poison resistance. That's actually not bad. I've not seen that one before. I can deal 10% additional damage to undead enemies. And I'm pretty sure all enemies are undead. Or I do 50% more melee damage but less movement speed. Oh, I don't like that. So there's actually a benefit to being more infected. Of course, the downside is that you lose your max health and you never ever get it back. Oh boy, I'm getting surrounded. And by the way, Platypus, going back to your point, since we were talking about mindsets, one mindset that you may have is this thought that there is no way for me to learn the emotional language or to be more emotional. And I would challenge that. I think that people can always learn. Right? It's a growth area. And in fact, even being aware that it's a growth area is already a significant step forward. Because a lot of the time people don't even realize that they are lacking in these areas. So well done. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to clear out my inventory a bit. You know what we were talking about last time? Clearing out some dead weight. Do I even have... Okay, yeah, that's there. Do I need this? .4 calibers. I should probably keep one of these. Yeah, no, I want to get rid of that. Oh, actually no, I want this one instead. Let's get rid of this. I need to reduce my carrying weight. The other interesting mechanic in this game is the idea of energy and exhaustion. So you see the blue bar over here? If I do a melee attack, alright, that blue bar goes down. And also, if I run around a lot, that blue bar goes down. Now, it's not as much of a problem now because I've been playing this game for a while and there's a few things that will improve your stamina. So it increases your, how much you can run, and also reduces how much energy it takes to run. When I first started playing this game, my goodness, I would just start running away from zombies and then I would run out of stamina really quickly and then I would die. Because you can't run, you can't attack, and you get hurt really easily. So this stamina thing is really quite fascinating, and one thing that we can probably learn in our real life as well. If I run out of stamina, so if I just keep whacking, alright, and I get all the way to 0, if I stop halfway, let me just kill this thing here, alright, it actually regenerates rather quickly. However, if I get down to 0, I can't run, I can't attack very well anymore, and it actually takes quite a while for it to get off zero, like that. See? That may not have seemed like a long time, but when you're surrounded by zombies and you're getting hammered, those few seconds make a big difference. Um, the same can be said of our life as well. Energy management in our life, um, in our own walk, is actually really, really essential. If you burn yourself out, you burn yourself on, burn the candle on both sides, and you really hit zero, it's not just a matter of bouncing back. Alright? It can actually take quite a long time to get back on your feet again. And so you want to avoid, oh, zombies. You want to make sure that you have sufficient what we call buffer. Right? And buffers can present themselves in many ways in your life. When I was teaching a class, we talked about financial buffers, making sure you have enough savings stored up in case of a rainy day. We talk about relational buffers. So you want to have built relationships with people whom you can call upon in times of crisis. When things are really going pear-shaped, who in your life can you call upon to give you a hand and support you? But energy buffers are equally important. Are you doing too much in your life? Are you working way too hard? Oh my goodness! Okay, I need to kill this guy. Let's spend the ammo and whack him. Oh man, I just emptied out a whole clip on him. Oh well. What was I talking about? Energy buffers, yes. Make sure that you have time in your day to rest. Make sure you have time in your week to rest. Make sure you have time in your year to rest. Because if you don't have that rest, it can actually manifest in very real, very physical ways. There's lots of literature about people getting stomach cramps, stomach ulcers, getting neurological diseases, getting heart diseases, all sorts of very real physical health issues that arise because of stress, because they don't have enough rest. I remember my parents, when I was a student, I was pretty studious. Okay, I was not one to slack off too much, and my parents, being very stereotypical for a Chinese family, they actually encouraged me to play computer games, to a degree, because they recognized that it was important to rest and to recuperate. And even now, I try to spend at least a little bit every night spending time to rest. And again, be purposeful about your rest. Just because you're playing computer games doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually resting. Some computer games are more stressful than work itself. Ooh, battery, yes. I need more batteries. I need more batteries. So I want you to think about, in your own life, what are some buffers that you need to put into place? Because these are the buffers that you can call upon when things go pear-shaped. Sometimes when things are going well, we might be able quite easily to go for more, to do extra, to do more. But sometimes life will throw you a curveball that you didn't expect. Sometimes things will happen that will cause you to need extra time, extra money, extra resources of some sort. So you want to make sure that in your day and in your life, you've got these buffers in place. So think of the categories of energy, which is the main buffer that we're talking about right now. Think of the category of finances, money. Think of the category of relationships. Right? Time, money, and people. Right? Where do you need to build a little bit more buffer in your life? And if you can think of that, I want you to put it on the chat as well. Do you need to make more time in your day to rest? And that might be playing computer games. That's your thing. It might be going for a a walk outside and just getting some fresh air and clearing your head. Sometimes that works for people. Some people are very exercise, crazy, so they going to the gym is actually their rest, and if that's you, go for it as well. Right? Do you need that buffer in your energy, in your time? Do you need a buffer in your finances? How are your savings like? Um, if you were to lose your job, or were unable to get your usual income stream, how long could you last? Do you have that number? And thirdly, do you have people that you can call upon? People whom you have invested your life into, people whom you have, who have called upon you and you've given up themselves, and you know that if things went sideways, you could call on these people and they would be there for you. So I want you to think of these three categories. Which of these three categories do you need to grow your buffer in slightly? And I'm gonna play a little bit while I get you all to think about that. Let me load these things up. All right. I probably need some antiviral. Let's get some antiviral. Okay. And I'm going to summon the Horde. Ooh, another antiviral. Maybe I should have checked this first before I spent my one precious battery. Oh well, that's okay. Come on guys, let's smack you all. Ooh, that ran out. Let me swap weapons. Let me stab myself. Alright. Ing said she needs to say no more. I agree. But the important thing is to know, again, this is mindset, right? To know that saying no to things enables you to say yes to other things. And the important thing, and this goes back to purpose, is to know which things to say yes to know which things really align with your heart and where you want to go in life. But thanks for that. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? What other buffers do you need to in place in your life? Or, seeing as we're coming to the end of the night already, what is one thing that you can learn from today that you can apply in your life? We talked a little bit about buffers. We talked a little bit about goal settings. We talked a little bit about motivation, pain and pleasure. What is one thing that you want to apply over the course of the next week that you can apply into your life? Ooh, what's this do? Ooh. Yeah, Nat always keeps his schedule busy. That's good to know. But again, it's good to be busy, but that might also mean that that's robbing you of other important things. Whether it's things with other people or things for yourself. It's important to have a little bit of time for yourself as well. Look at all these question marks. So many places to explore. Okay, I'm going to finish exploring this place and then we're going to call it a night. If you have any questions for me about what we discussed today, now's the time to ask them. If not, we will call it a night. Once I finish exploring all of these questions. Oh no, not a charger! Oh gee. Okay, alright. Do I have a grenade? Do I have something I can throw at him? No goal equals no badminton. Ah, that's the pain I see. Sure. Again, this is your own decision, okay? You decide how painful or how or otherwise this is for you. Yeah, okay, can I throw a grenade? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh. That's not good. Ow. Oh no, that's two guys now. Alright, empty the clip, empty the clip. Whoa! Alright. Jeez. Those guys are very scary. And they're making me run out of ammo! That's the worst part. Ugh. Alright, any final thoughts? Any final questions from me? Oh, I've got one more question mark left. See, I should do the smart thing and just leave it. It's a workbench. Nah, I don't care about a workbench. It's alright. I will take a look at this shop though. Because if you've got ammo, I do need ammo. Ammo is good. Yes, ammo is good. Grenades. I'm actually low on bandages, unusually so. Let's grab this. Yeah, sure. And I'll sell off some of this stuff. Let's sell off some of this stuff. Do I need this? No, let's sell this. What do I pick? Okay, that will do. Okay, I am done here. Let me just get to my car and drive away safely. Just so that I can save my progress. Alright, thank you all for tuning in today. I hope today was beneficial. I hope it was a good introduction to The Last Stand, which I've been playing for a while now. If you're interested in playing a game, I think someone mentioned that it's $25 on Steam at the moment. I would wait for it to be on special, but it's actually quite an enjoyable game. I quite liked it. We'll see you next time, and enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.